Gaven Sax after wrestling practice here in Norman, Oklahoma. I guess just start things off. Easy question: what are you guys working on today? Coming in the room and focused on after your duel against Wyoming, and then for you, what are you trying to hone in on today to get better at?
Yes, sir. So a big point we hit home today was just reflecting on our matches and what we really did wrong in a sense in some of those instances. Even though we had a successful showing out there, just critiquing those certain aspects we would like to get better. So once we face better opponents, we're not blindsided by the things we're not seeing right now. And so that was mainly the thing for me specifically. I was just working on taking some shots and just flowing around, kind of sparring and getting feels like different positions. So.
You went 15-0, right, in your win on Saturday, Tech Fall?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? So what do you try to focus on after a 15-0 Tech Fall when you're talking about getting better from a match?
I guess. I'm always focusing on getting better, and getting off the match. I just immediately start talking about to the coaches. I talked to Cam, I talked to Kish, I talked to Coach T. Just talking about things I could do better right after. I was like, well, I got into a shot, and then I noticed I got up to the hip. What do I have to do to not do that again? The win was cool. It was great to get that first win under, a historic program like OU with a new singlet on. And so I was just immediately after the win, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Did my thing. I won. Now what do I do to get that next opponent out of the way? So that was just the main thing. Let it go. It happened. It's over. It's not in my mind anymore. So.
Yeah, and just watching your match, seemed like you have a bit of a unique style when you're out there wrestling. How do you view yourself as a wrestler, and what are you trying to focus on in your matches?
I got a kind of a weird style. I learned that over with Mike Ironman at Ironman Elite growing up there, and that's kind of where my style really formed. I had other coaches before that, like Gary Steffensmeyer, who built the building blocks, and then once I went to Ironman Elite, it really flourished for me. And a big thing that he hit home for me is just be thankful for going out there and just have fun. Like, that's a lot of things I see people like struggle with, is just they're so stressed out the whole time. I'm just out there, I'm smiling, I'll look back at my team, I'll crack a smile or something like that. I'm just having a good time and knowing that when I'm out there, it's not in my hands anymore. It's in God's hand, and that was a big thing for me, is get in touch with my religious side a lot more, and just knowing once I'm out there, I'm still going to be loved by everybody once I get done with everything. So smile on my face, have a good time, and let's get after it.
So what do you love about the sport? What do you love about coming in here every day? I mean, it's not easy, right? But you got to love it to a certain extent. What is it for you?
Yeah, so I'm kind of, I guess, a little bit crazier sided. I grew up with Marine as my father, and that's my plan afterwards as well. But I love the violent aspect of it a little bit. It's great to go out there in a controlled environment and just get tough. The things you do out there are going to translate so much in the real world. With something that happens, maybe you get fired from your job, then you have to overcome another obstacle. Maybe out there you get taken down first period, first 20 seconds, you have to overcome that obstacle. It's just something I've always loved growing up, and it's just something. I had two brothers growing up, so that's another thing that just really makes me love the sport. I was able to really wrestle with my middle brother, Sean, and we just flourished together through high school and all that. So there's just multiple reasons why I love this sport, but that's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, watching you today a little bit in practice, seemed like you really do try to have a good time and like enjoy what you're doing and be in the moment. Do you do that like with others in mind too, to like try to help others feed off of you and like enjoy? It just seems like you enjoy what you're doing. I guess what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I'm always enjoying practice, like I guess you saw, and I just like to have fun, and maybe I used to wrestle 49, for example, and that weight cut took a lot of things out of me, and just those little things I saw people having a good time. It let my mind get off the things that were stressing me out and just be, this is my free time to go have fun. I want to go have fun. I see this guy having fun. I want to be like this guy. I want to have fun, and I hope some guys see that and just be like, I'm just gonna smile today. I'm gonna not be stressed out. Oh, what if the coach sees me doing something wrong? What happened? Who cares? Coach is gonna come up to you, be like, hey, you gotta fix this. Bam, cool, smiling. Thanks, coach. Crack a joke, and then we get right back to it. So that's kind of the main things I think about when I'm smiling, just having a good time. So.
Being a new guy, on in the program, right? And it seems like you actually have a few new guys coming in, and you have a good leadership core, I guess, of senior guys who have a lot of experience. For you, what's it like being in that role, but also being, still trying to work your way in too to the program, to the culture, to the area? I mean, it's new, but you're also a leader the second you step on campus, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was an adjustment the first month or two. Feeling like I'm a new guy here. Maybe people don't, in a sense, look at me as a leader, and I guess I've gotten to that role now, like you said, and it's great to see like some of the guys listening to me, the younger guys, kind of coaching them up a little bit after their matches, it's an amazing feeling. And I like one of the guys like Clay Giddens. I wrestled in here and then went over to the DAC and he wrestled. I unfortunately wasn't able to wrestle, but just talking to him after his match and just seeing what he thought and like maybe adding a little bit like, well, maybe you could have done this differently, as well as doing what you did in this match. Just seeing those things that I can lead better in, like maybe emotionally wise, physically wise, leading by example, which I love leading by example. I don't want to just be someone who talks to someone all the time. I want to be someone who gets in the room, has a good time, and shows people you can have a good time and work hard at the same time. You can have the best of both worlds if you really put your mind into it. So,
what do you think you need to dial in on or focus in on over the next 4 or 5 months to get to that ultimate goal where you want to be in March?
Yeah, I think some of the things I need to dial in more on is one of the main things for me is always has been my faith, and I think that's one of the big things that's led me to the success over this last 2 years. Dial in on my faith, keep that going, and also just keep this team rolling. Just keep the team spirit high. Everybody who steps out on that mat, make sure you're in their corner. Like when Tony was wrestling out there, I'm just getting so excited, and I have to learn to calm down a little bit too, just because I know I'm gonna have to wrestle soon, so I don't want to waste all my energy. But just dial in and make sure I leave a mark on this program. Leave my name here, leave a role for these guys to build upon, because once I'm gone, people are gonna do greater things than I could ever do, and that's what I look forward to the most is the future. So.